Okay, welcome back from the break. We're getting into that conversation that is very important for every youth in this country. All of us included, by Soben and I included. You still watching What Raj. My name is Desifedi and this time here with Nanaya Tanok. Now, a lot has been going on, especially this year. Also, I was having a conversation with someone that young people leaving the country abroad is not a new thing. But the rate at which it is happening this year is, well, to use the word, alarming. You have your friends, people will just say, oh, yeah, they're in Ghana, you chill with them. The next moment, +44, +1, they'll be texting they're out of the country. And it's people say that it's brain drain, or that's how it's being classified, that a lot of people who could have helped the nation with their resource, everything, are leaving the country. But the conversation also is that, have we provided the youth of the country with the right environment, the right space to thrive with whatever thing that they've learned from school, whatever skills that they have acquired from school, we have acquired from school? And that's the conversation we're having this one, that how do we thrive? Yesterday, there was the protest. The youth were angry. They were on the streets. Some would be on their phones and stay back. Others, were on the streets. But what is the end of this? The difficulties or the hardships, it may not end anytime soon, but how do we still find our way around it? How do we still thrive as youth in the country? And so this one, we're talking to Smart TAKYI NIXON. He's a youth advocate, a media consultant, and he's a big man. Yes, and we're having this conversation. You can join us on Facebook at Metro TV Ghana and also all our platforms across social media. Smart, good morning and welcome.
Salam, good morning. It's good to be here.
Yeah, good to see you. Good to see you.
Again.
Yeah, I heard you were here. You met Nanaya the other time you were here. But are you surprised with everything that's happening? The movements, like the jackpot, if I should use that word.
That's the new term in town now for the youth. I think that, first of all, very good morning to your viewers. I would say that it's a place where we find ourselves as a country where the youth do not trust in the leaders anymore. There is no trust. At first, we used to have some sort of hope. There was a beacon of hope that everybody was looking up to. But today, you can clearly see that nobody has trust in the system anymore.
Okay.
It's a system that we have all been trying to fight. We have all been trying to find out how well this system can serve us. There was a day a friend of mine told me that, Smart, the kind of energy you're putting into your work in Ghana, if you did the same amount of work in America, I'm telling you, you would be earning more than you are earning presently in the country. What does that mean? It means that there are certain places where people are wasting their efforts. Yeah. And Black Sherry said it in one of his songs in his album. He calls it the waste man. Yeah. You're wasting away. You're wasting all your time away. Yeah. So the youth of today are now looking at, what's the best option that I can take? Okay, go into a university in another country. When I'm done, I'll use the certification that I've gotten from that university in that country to work there. Because mind you, the interesting thing about Ghana's system is that most people say that it's the government. It's the government. And I've had a very strong argument with people that there is no government better than a system.
Okay.
There is no government better than a system. If a system is wrong, it doesn't matter who is in the helm of affairs.
Yeah.
Okay.
For instance, I give you an example. Let's say we are talking about salary or how much people are supposed to receive at the end of the month. And we are told that the minimum wage is about 13.5 or 13.8 Ghana cedis a day. So technically, what that means is that 13.8 times 27 days, that would give you less than 400 cedis. It's legal in Ghana.
True.
That is what it means. It means that it is legal for you to pay someone less than 400 cedis a month, and it is legal. Take a minute and think about it. So if you have somebody agitating, probably a pharmacy attendant who does not have any certification in terms of pharmaceutical studies, and they just they find themselves in the working environment, and they are being paid 400 cedis a month, or a cleaner who is being paid 350 Ghana cedis a month. In this country that we are in, it is legal. So who would you blame? Is it the government? It is the system, because the system says that 13.8 is the minimum wage. Do you get it? So it has nothing to do with the government. Our system is designed in a way that every single thing comes from the top. Every single thing, when it comes to appointment, when it comes to demotion, when it comes to promotion. And so we have a system where whenever somebody manages to get to the top, they want to hold the power.
Yeah.
So you have directors today who find it very difficult to leave their job. We should have a country where people take pride in mentoring young people to take up their positions.
Yeah.
However, we have a country where when the old people get to the top, they expect you to do them the fatherism syndrome.
Yeah.
You are my father, you are my father. And if you fail to call any big man father, you lose opportunities.
Exactly.
I remember I saw a post like that, instead of the older folks at the age of 70, 60, mentoring young people in the companies, they're rather striving with them for positions in the companies. I love the system because, as you mentioned, if the system is working,
there is no government better than the system.
It doesn't matter anybody who comes into power.
You think the people in America are thriving because of good governance alone?
No.
Not alone. The system is working.
Yeah.
My big brother's wife left the country this year. This morning, before I even came on the show, she has posted that there is a country where the trains are working. There is a country where the trains are working. I had a lady friend who went to Morocco. I'm not talking about Europe. Morocco. And she was telling me about what a home comes with. A home, what it comes with. What kind of system they have in Morocco, and the availability of even Wi-Fi on their train system. Morocco, not Europe. You have a country where if you're looking for a place to live, Desi, if you're looking for a place to live, you get to the place. The state of the house requires that you use your money to fix the house. If there are any breakables in the house while you're staying there, you are going to fix it. And when you're leaving, the landlord will use your fixes as the new pricing for the next person coming in. So, you see, I keep arguing with people, why are you fighting the government?
Yes.
We have a bad system. So the young people today are starved of good governance. They are starved of good systems. They are starved of the right things to do. Because if you're a young person, you finish university, you're looking for a place to do your national service, you've been posted to Bumpurugu Yoyo. You need to get an apartment there. And you're not supposed to pay a month. You're supposed to cough up a year or 2 years. And this person is going to live there for just a year. This is a young person who just finished tertiary. You expect that person to bring you 2 years rent advance. And their take home, based on the work they are coming to do there, is about 559.
That makes no sense, really.
The approximate amount for most tertiary and degree holders, let me just put it that way. If you ask around, because I'm a youth advocate, I get to hear these figures. It's 1,200 Ghana cedis now there. Most people who start jobs, they start off from that amount.
Oh, some of us started lesser.
Lesser.
Yeah.
All right. So even if it is pegged at 1,002, how much is a standard rent for single room self-contained in Accra? And based on location, you must be reminded.
Yeah.
Based on location.
Yeah.
You may be paying 500 cedis a month. Someone can even pay 800 cedis for a single room based on location. And this person makes 1,002.
Okay. So
the issue is not about the government too much.
Yeah.
Yes, the government has an influence. However, we have had people sit on Ghana's constitution, sit on Ghana's system. You always hear this very repetitive word, that reformation committee, restructuring committee. Yet they develop a white paper and it goes under the shelf.
Yeah. It happens.
As for Ghana, everything that has doesn't work.
Yes. Anything, reconciliation, reformation, reconstruction,
it doesn't
work. So, I mean, you've touched on very important stuff. And those look like the difficulties that we have around.
Yeah.
We may not have the power to be able to change the system.
Yeah.
Or to let the government work as they're supposed to do. So how do we go about it? Because some people say, you know what, I don't care about what any government does or what government is in power, me, I just don't want to do my thing.
Okay.
You get it. So how do we find our way around all the bad governance and the bad system? Can we still thrive?
You see, there are three kinds of people in life. Okay. And it will shock you that the first group of people, they have three problems. They need to, first of all, become successful and take care of their parents.
Yeah.
That's the first group of people.
True.
Okay.
After they are done taking care of their parents, they need to take care of themselves. Then they have to come to take care of the kids they are about to have. So those people, their burdens are different from the second group of people.
Yeah.
The second group of people, they only need to take care of themselves because their parents have created an environment for them. And take care of the kids they are yet to bring into the country.
Yeah.
And there's a third group of people, unfortunately, most of them are the ones occupying the leadership positions. This third group of people, they don't need to take care of their parents. Their parents have actually set up their life. And they even have enough for the kids that they haven't had yet.
True.
That's more like a generational word.
Precisely.
Yeah.
So, though you see that in every country, what would make the first group of people's effort a little appreciative is if the system favors them a little.
Yeah. Yeah.
You understand me?
Yes.
Yeah.
So instead of using triple effort, they need to use just single effort to get results.
Yeah.
So a lot of young people today are trying new things. If you step out and you go for youth empowerment programs and you hear the innovations that are coming from people, the kind of initiatives and campaigns that people are running, the kind of ideas that are coming from young people, you'll be marveled. Yet, because they have no serious political affiliation, when it comes to capital in terms of funding so that they can expand and also employ more people into their fold, it becomes difficult.
Yeah.
They must be bootlickers before they are given the opportunity to be who they want to be.
True.
In Ghana's success stories, if you want to find somebody who has no political affiliation and has made it through the ranks,
It will be very
you
difficult.
need God. You need God. And you need God again.
It's what?
You need God 3 times
It's true.
to
Right.
become who you really want to be.
Yeah.
So the young people are putting in the effort. The young people are doing the work.
Yeah.
The young people have the ideas. If anybody should tell me that Ghanaians are lazy, I would laugh.
No.
Because you see, how can a lazy person boil egg and walk from Malam to La Paz? Egg, our favorite Kosiane Meko.
Yeah.
People carry eggs
True.
and walk. I met a young man one day because, my church was doing evangelism one day. So we went out and I met a young man around Ebony. If you know, Ebony is close to Jowolu. And I was talking to him. He pushes the yogurt. Is it a wheel or then? And I asked him, what does he do on a regular day? How is his day like? He said he's supposed to push that. His is not a bike, mind you. Push that from Ebony to Flower Pot. Flower Pot is a Spintex.
Yeah.
Every day for 7 days. And he shares the room with 12 guys.
Yeah.
A single room.
I'm
He
guessing-
shares the room with 12 guys.
I'm guessing he came from his
He came
hometown.
from them.
somewhere.
So, are you telling me if the same young man is put in the right environment, getting the good remuneration or salary structure that he's supposed to get, he will not make enough for himself and his family? He would.
He will.
But this same person, I'm telling you, the young people are working, Desi. The young people are working, Nanaya. But what they see at the end of the month breaks their spirit.
Okay,
True.
smart. So let me put the number. Okay, so the
The
number is on
number's
the
on
screen.
screen, yeah.
Right, 055-00-90702. Call us from wherever you are watching the show from, and let us hear from you. As youth, how are things going for you? How do you intend to beat, all the obstacles that we are facing in this country and be able to thrive? So call us and let's talk. 055-009-0702.
So actually, you made mention. You mentioned so many things. You've hammered on so many things, which it's a fact. For some of us, we see the problem is from the top.
Yeah.
And I think one time I was listening to Bernard Avila, and he was like, he's never seen a job vacancy from for the Bank of Ghana before. Like there's a job vacancy
for the Bank of Ghana.
Bank of Ghana.
True.
Never.
True.
You see, when you think about it, what you said that the older ones are supposed to mentor the younger ones. We studied that in integrated science, I think, or social studies. Social studies, yeah. And it is very painful. But I want to take it from the point of our educational system. Because I was listening to, okay, there's a caller on the line. I'll come back to that. Good morning, and thanks for calling in on Morning Rush.
Yeah,
please, your name and where you are calling from.
Yeah, please, my name is Eric. I'm calling from Medina.
Good morning, Eric. I mean, we are having an interesting conversation this morning. Can you?
Yeah, please, my name is Eric.
Yes, lower the volume of your TV set and speak to us on the phone.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead, Eric.
Yeah. Okay, please, you just mentioned Bank of Ghana. Isn't it?
Yes.
Yes. You see, these days, when you write an application to Bank of Ghana to even maybe operate, let's say, a forest bureau, okay, they will tell you they are no more giving certificates. You understand?
Yeah.
They are no more giving certificates.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yes.
So meanwhile, they forget to. These days, you see that the population in Ghana, we are increasing. We are increasing. People go to school, acquire these things, qualifications, but they don't get jobs to do. Meanwhile, if they were to allow us to open these kind of works and then apply people to work, there will be reduction in unemployment.
Yeah.
You understand? But they don't take consideration of the population. They don't see. I don't know.
Eric, it's frustrating.
Keep rising. You understand?
Yeah.
Okay.
Eric, thanks for calling this one day. The frustration is...
You could feel that in his voice,
It's in his voice. It comes back to what I was saying, the educational system, how things are structured. And at this time, when we are talking about the fact that we have to find a way to enjoy good governance, how are the leaders going to start? Are they even ready to start in terms of our educational system? Are they going to prioritize certain things and leave the others? Are they going to invest even in the vocational training aspect? Are they going to do that?
I think that the educational system has a basket. And the kind of basket that we have used for Ghana's educational system, I have seen a lot of problems with it. So for instance, you take a look at the number of people that graduate out of the tertiary institutions, and you can tell clearly that even from the faculty level all the way to the hostel facilities, in terms of the traditional halls, it's systematic. Because the traditional halls that have been existent before our time are the same traditional halls that are available.
Eric, I'm coming. There's a caller. Okay. Good morning. Thanks for calling in on Morning Rush. Please, your name and where you're calling us from.
Good morning. My name is Felix Yeboah. In fact, I've been in US for 21 good years. I just came for holidays. I am watching you on TV just now. You see, these are some of the issues that need to be stretched to the whole country. In fact, I like the way you are analyzing things. The youth, these are some of the education. To me, if you can stretch it to the whole Ghana, like how people are going around, like say market this thing, we'll see somebody with a towel around the neck. I mean, that is a revolutionary tactics. It can't help. But the education that you are giving to the youth, I know now, I rest assured that we have hope. So keep it up. But if it can be stretched to say the whole regions, so that you educate the youth on the grassroots. That is my wish.
Okay.
Keep it up.
All right. Thank you very much for calling. I'm sure a lot of people are watching across the country and beyond.
And I'm so sad we have to end the phone call because our time is almost up.
So let's give Smart, like 3 minutes to wrap up. Put that together.
Okay. So I was talking about the educational system in the sense that if we have consistently been working towards building an industrial environment for everybody to thrive, what was going to happen was that when you finish school, you didn't have to fight so much so that you need to go and get an industrial placement.
Okay.
But the systems are too small, and we have so many international organizations coming in. And the Ghana home-owned companies are not growing better than they are. So they do not have enough space to accommodate more people. So anytime people finish school, you realize that the struggle for placement is quite high. It's high because we have not built very robust companies. I'm talking about home-owned companies, not just foreign companies. Home-owned companies. We don't have that. So the transition from school, attachment, internship, getting to learn on the job and now experiencing the marketplace is difficult even for the youth. And now people even have to pay to be placed in a company.
Exactly.
So if I grew up, paying my way through life, if I grew up paying to be even given an internship opportunity, if I grew up paying my way to get a job opportunity, who do you think I'll become when I'm 45?
That's the system.
I will take your money before I place you there.
Exactly.
Because it's a vicious cycle. It just keeps. That's all we are doing. That's all we are doing in the country. We are playing a vicious cycle with the life of the youth.
And the analysis you just gave is what will make people hold the government accountable.
Precisely so.
Because they have to make these provisions. They have to make sure that there's an availability of a smooth transition.
Yes.
But we are not getting
We are not. We are not.
Smart, we've got to wrap it up in 30 seconds. Any advice you're giving to the youth?
And continue the advocacy. I mean, that's what the caller said, that you're doing a very good job. We have to continue that. We have to make it more time.
I think that the youth of today should keep working. First of all, I think that you should keep working. Not all the industries are the same. For the spaces that we find ourselves, I find myself in both the media and the creative space. And I think that is quite different. For the creative space, there is a bit of hope and a bit of light. It's coming up. But there are other industries that are also struggling. What I can say is, this might sound a little biased, but as one of the youth, what I can tell you is that if you feel where you are, it's not helping, move. You are not a tree. Move. It's very, very important. Don't let anybody lie to you. Sometimes it gets better elsewhere. Sometimes, honestly. And I think that the youth of today, it's time for us to rise and take the country for ourselves. If we don't do that, those who are long gone, 60 plus, 70 plus, they have no life to live again. We are the ones coming, and we are going to work with the system at hand.
Stonewall will say, that's all.
That's all right. So thank you so much for coming in this morning. I mean, we're grateful you could come in and have this all-important conversation. So Smart TAKYI NIXON on Facebook. You should follow him. He posts a lot there. You could get some bits of what he said, on Facebook. So follow him on there. And he's a youth advocate, media consultant, and the creative director for STN Media Consult. December, he's got something coming up. I'm sure he'll get back into the studio for that.